give it up for some incredible people here, including my own home, one of my own homegirls. Please welcome Francine Blythe, Yasmin Ruvalcaba, and Jane Vogel, here to talk about advancing gender equity in the arts.
I'm Francine Blythe, and I almost wore an outfit just like him.
Gender doesn't exist here.
We would have been sisters. But I met Jane in 2015, had one conversation with her about the work that she's doing with age, and I said, I want to do whatever I can to be supportive and helpful. And so I've been on the review panel twice over the past 3 years of giving the award, and it's been an extreme honor learning about the theater in Portland and all the work that's going on, and seeing the work of age move the needle towards advancing gender equity in theater in Portland. So Jane asked me to come up here because to explain something about being a Native American from where I come from. I am Navajo, Sioux, and Cherokee. Navajo from my mother, Sister and Wabanit, Dakota from my father, and Eastern Band Cherokee from my father. And the Navajo are a matriarchal, matrilineal culture, one of the few in the world. The Eastern Band Cherokee are matrilineal. They were once matriarchal as well. And the Sioux are patriarchal, but matrilineal. And what that means, me growing up as a young Native woman in my culture, but primarily in my mother's culture, I learned that I had an equal place everywhere. So I never questioned my place as a director of a program, as an executive director of a program, as a board member, as an advisory committee member, as anything, wherever I have worked. And historically, as far as Native people go, and particularly within my cultures, because we're from the Southwest, the Plains, and the Eastern portion of the United States, is that we are always acknowledged, women, always as the giver of life. That is the utmost level and degree of respect any person can get, the giver of life. It's been historically respected and revered among the Native men throughout millennia, that we women are leaders, that we are mothers, we're elders, we're spiritual leaders, we're rising matriarchs, but ultimately the giver of life. And if everyone can simply recognize and acknowledge this about women, if everyone can acknowledge and appreciate every day the load of responsibility that women carry, the value we have for community and family, and the contributions we make to and in leadership, then this country can be a better and more equal place for all. Thank Jane and the work that she does through age and doing it in this part of the world in Portland Theater Arts.
I'm Jane and I'm founder of Age. This is our 4th year of partnering with Portland Theater to increase leadership opportunities for women artists across the lifespan. Before we present the Age Equity Grants, I would like to take just 1 minute to share an experience that I had recently. In May, I was invited to attend an international leadership summit at the UN. And the goal of the summit was to tackle some major issues like gender equality and climate change, and to find ways to move humanity forward. It was a grand idea with good intentions, but in my opinion, the outcomes fell short. Why? Because of the 4 panels presenting at this summit, 2 did not include any women. And there were no black women on any of those panels, none. Also missing in action were trans and binary voices. A note to the patriarchy. Humanity is not going to move forward without women in leadership. It is not going to happen. And if you're serious, really serious about moving humanity forward, put women of color at the top of your agenda. Gender fluidity, trans, non-binary, gender-expansive people, they are not a postscript, full stop. The UN Summit underscored for me my gratitude to be a part of this amazing arts community and to be a part of the wonderful work that you are doing. I believe that art is the most powerful medium for healing and transformation. And it is art that is going to move humanity forward as long as it is truthful. And for art to be truthful, it has to be equitable and inclusive. My closing note to the patriarchy, Portland Theater is kicking your ass.
Hello everyone, I am Jasmine Rubalcaba. I am the Community Engagement Coordinator / only staff member at Advancement of Equity in the Arts. And I've spent the last 2 years, working. This summer has been my 2-year mark of working with AGE, of being in the Portland community. And in that time, we've been working on developing theater audiences, on celebrating aging as a gift. And in this past year, we've worked on creating a women of color and non-binary collective group and mentorship program. Which has been wonderful, and we continue to grow our equity grants as well, constantly learning from our reviewers, our community, and all the theaters that apply. So this year's Age Equity Grants recipients were selected by a committee of 17 industry reviewers. We are very grateful for them for spending all those hours on reviewing and coming together and talking about these theaters, dedicating their time to the arts and social justice. Age does not come to the equity conversation with answers, but we have a lot of questions. We lead with questions. For those who have held other grants know how many questions there are. And some of the questions we're asking ourselves now as we're getting ready to present is, who are we leaving out and who is being excluded? And we want everyone to take a moment and really think about that and question it within yourself, your art, and your community. And so, because we lead with this question, we are painfully aware that our grant funding is limited. And we are leaving out very deserving companies and artists. So we really don't take this lightly. We wish we had all the money to give away to all the theater companies, because everyone does come in with outstanding kick-ass remarks and actionable items. And so at this time, I want to give a heartfelt gratitude to all the grant applicants, as well as those who didn't apply this year. Your work makes Portland a national beacon for the arts. So thank you. And now, what we've been waiting for, I would like to go ahead and announce the 2019 Age Equity Grant recipients. Here it is. And we won't have enough time to have them give a little thank you, but we will be having them come up to the space to give a little bow and for all of you to congratulate them. So, without further ado, recipient of a $10,000 grant. First, Portland Playhouse. our next $10,000 grant goes to Corrib Theater. And now, we have two $15,000 grants to give away as well. One of the first ones being our very own Where We Are Portland Center Stage. And last but not least, our second $15,000 grant goes to PassinArt.